Wow, see you later guys. I got a new little friend to impress. I'm sure we're gonna have loads of fun together. Oh, he seems so excited to have me. I'm so pleased. Okay, number one priority is get me out of this plastic packet filled with stale air from the factory. Phew, now I can breathe. I feel alive and ready for play. Wow, he just kissed me. This is truly a love story. Just send me the saddle and I'll show you all the sights, I promise. Hang on a moment. You're putting him back in my package. Well, if that's where you want me for the moment, that's where I'll stay. Looks like dinner time and I can breathe again. I'm mighty hungry as well. Lucky I eat meat pies. Yum. This is just like the ones back on Sodor. With a fill-up like this, I won't need to eat for weeks. Yep, this place is looking like toy paradise. Time to wash it all down, and don't forget me. Oh, well, that's certainly one water fill I'm not going to forget. Boy, it's been a busy day. I wonder what comes next. Time for a wash? But hey, I'm not dirty. I'm not sure if this boy knows I'm not a submarine. Well, anyway, it's all an adventure and I'm here to do whatever is asked of me. As long as we're having fun, that's all that ever really matters. But I'll have to admit, it's been a big day and I'm feeling a tad tired. Well, I can report to you I've had a fantastic first day with my new owner. He really seems to care for me. I'm sure there's some real action ahead for us in months to come, and I know I'll never let this boy down. That's my duty as a toy. You know, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm excited. There's a whole railway to explore and a ton of my good friends are here as well. Now I'm on home turf and I can be a really useful engine. Remember guys, I'm number one and nobody gets in my way. I love a bit of crash and bash. That's the best fun of all. Except I'm not too keen on getting T-boned by Diesel 10. He's got an inferiority complex which needs urgent attention. Okay guys, see you. I'm off on another mystery tour. Well, this looks like a clone shop. I'm wondering if I'm the new cookie cutter in the house, or maybe this boy has grand plans to replicate me. Well, whatever's happening, it's really nice to have a roll in the dough, although I'm not too keen on being totally smothered in this stuff. An engine has to breathe. There's one thing for sure, playing here certainly beats getting rammed in the boiler by Diesel 10. You know, I certainly do like the variety of play, but I always like to go back to Tidmouth Sheds for a respite. I've noticed some blow-ins from another railway are trying to muscle in. Well, I'm not giving up my spot without a fight. As far as I'm concerned, I'm an untouchable classic. It's time to give me the finishing touches I truly deserve. I'm getting a splash of white around my running boards. So this simple change is going to make me look just like the real Thomas Tank. Considering I've had a little bit of knock-around play, this little paint job is feeling quite like a luxury. And I've got to tell you, it sort of tickles with all this paint getting put on. Mind you, I think I'll need a tidy up as I feel this splash of white has gone a little bit too far. Did you know I go out of the house and visit some crazy places? My owner tells me this is a Krabby Patty, but there's a weird looking clown in this place which tells me it's somewhere totally different. Well, I'm not that sure if steam engines can eat burgers because I'm still getting over that pie I had a few weeks back. Anyway, I'm glad he got a burger which didn't have a pickle. Now here's an interesting place, a real boy zone, made of concrete ramps and death-defying jumps. I'm sure this is a place where I can show my true mettle. Anyway, for a toy like me, this place is a walk in the park. I'm basically indestructible. No matter what stunt action I'm subjected to, I can take it. There's not many people know I've got a secret name, and that is Thomas the Tough Engine. You know, I have a feeling I'm becoming the crash test dummy on every new toy in the house. This boy's taken a fancy to those toy cars, which have cracks on the walls and all over the floors in the house. But I'm not going down without a fight. I can play just as hard and fast as these toy cars. In fact, I can show Angry Bird how it's done. I'm not sure what all the fuss is about. Hitting those pigs is really easy for me. You see, I really am a useful engine. Wait till I tell the guys on Sodor what I've been up to on the Hot Wheels tracks. You know, I'm well aware I'm a movie star who does his own stunts, but I didn't realise I had to recreate scenes from my famous films. But sometimes the action outside has me thinking, when was I covered in a whole pile of muddy dirt? This all seems like some new adventure I'm not that familiar with. For once it looks like I'm in luck. I've got a Diesel who's seen me in the mud and he's decided to pull me free. And just when I thought I was free from being a mud pie, along comes another load of dirt. And for some reason that Diesel isn't really helping me out anymore. And then comes a washdown, which to me feels more like a tropical storm. How can I breathe? You know, that's great, I'm all clean now. But next thing I know, I've got a Diesel on my tail and he's sending me back to the mud bath. And I've never understood why Diesels seem to play so dirty. And to top off this frolic in the mud, that crazed Diesel 10 comes in for another attempt to split me in half. Now there's a classic case of a chronic reoffender who seems to only ever have one trick up his evil little sleeve. I just wish the director of this film could call cut so we could actually get someone in to do my own stunts. I really shouldn't complain. As I started the film, my playtimes were diminishing. I was finding myself in the strangest places and often far away from Tidmouth sheds, which seemed to now be all packed away. I was certainly aware of the other new toys in the house, which were soaking up so much playtime with the little boy I play with. Surely I still have a place in his heart, because I'll never forget of all the fun that we had playing together. Some of these new toys are heartless remote control monsters, and I think to myself I used to complain about Diesel 10. Well, I'll gladly go back to his passion for destruction, just to have another play day on the railways. Maybe I should be happy I'm just cannon fodder for this sort of play. Dare say it just goes to show I'm still really useful. Meanwhile, when the little boy doesn't play with me anymore, he is now watching toy videos on the iPad, and he is watching the Thomas conversion on a Gandhi dancer. Anyway, the little boy hath forgotten me, and he can play his iPad all day long. There were times when I found myself hidden away under furniture. This is a mysterious zone in the house, as you can find yourself stuck here for weeks. By the look of that Hot Wheels car, it's still in mint condition. At least I've got battle scars, which proves I've been a most worthwhile toy. And then there's a time when I found myself jammed into a Swedish design toy prison. I was one of the lucky ones, as I had a square peephole to see outside. This place was scary, and I'd witnessed countless attempts by other toys to escape this madhouse. The most amazing escape attempt was by Spider-Man. He tried to spin a web but failed. He'd finally realised he was just a toy. In this madhouse of crushed toys, I had no bearing of time. It felt like I was in here for months. It may have even been years, because toy time is a distorted affair. My biggest fear was the smelty yards. That's the place I needed to avoid at all costs. Then this day came when there was movement, big movement, but it didn't feel like play. The cold hands of an adult swept us up and landed us into a mysterious bag. All I was thinking was, this is time up for me. My beautiful Toy Story seems to be coming to an end. I was well aware I was totally powerless in avoiding my eventual fate. And then it fell dark. Oh, so dark. You know the scary dark when you turn all the lights out? Pigs! I'm surrounded by pigs! These guys are certainly from another dimension. I'm not exactly sure where I am, but I can tell you this place has a ton of toys. And they look like they're all in the same toy limbo as me. Then I was picked up, looked at and examined carefully, and then placed in a box with other stunning examples of myself. Mind you, I thought I was the best looking in this box. Then we were all on the move. There was something strange going on, and all this felt like it had a purpose. But where I fitted in was still a total mystery to me. Was the guy who picked us up the person who operates the smelter's yard? Was I being reclaimed by my original toy factory? My little toy brain was almost fried trying to figure out my final fate. Then we were all taken into a strange place. Was I going to be dissected and pulled down to my component parts? Then I was picked up and very carefully examined. Next thing, a soft brush was removing all the accumulated dirt from my body. This tickling reminded me of the painting my original owner did a long time ago. But what was the intent of this new adult owner? Surely he's not going to play with me. Next thing I knew, I was in a box full of identical stunning examples of myself. Then came a weird pecking order. One by one we were being moved. Was this the final selection process? Will my damage via play leave me as the odd one out? Surely my damage and custom paint job proves that I was a toy who did his duty. And sure enough, as I thought I was left alone, obviously I am unwanted. But then I'm lifted up and I feel a warmth all over my metal body. I'm now a centerpiece in an amazing collection of Thomas Tank toys. My spirits lifted as I started to understand the magnitude of the collection and where I fitted in. And as I sit here, surrounded by my counterparts, I think back to the joy I brought to one child and how his affection for me made me a really special engine. It's something I'll never forget.